Hi, everybody. This is Beth McCullough. I'm a Stampin' demonstrator in Des Moines, Iowa. And I do live videos every Tuesday night with my sweet husband, Steve.
Hi, everybody.
And then every now and then, our sweet daughter-in-law, Amy, is here from Texas.
Hi.
So we are so excited to have Sean and Amy here for Thanksgiving week. We've done a lot of things already, it seems like.
Yeah.
We had to go to the craft fair. And Amy said you like the craft fair better than what they have in Texas, right?
Yeah, 'cause they're like what they used to be when I was a kid in Texas.
More crafts and less
vendors.
Yeah.
And who else went to the craft fair with you?
You know, it's funny. Steve's never gone to a craft fair with me.
I've never had any desire to go.
But when Amy and Abby said, let's go to the craft fair, Steve was like all in.
Well, you know what? I didn't want to be left out.
Yeah. So he got to go. And he actually found a Christmas present for me to get him. Do you want to talk about
I was
that?
shocked that there had so many people there that were woodworkers and beautiful pieces. And they had a cribbage board, that a 3-player cribbage board that opened up, and the cards and everything had a space on the inside. And I just thought it was amazing. So I said, Beth, if you want to give me a Christmas present.
He came and found me and was like, come here, I want to show you this.
What do you think of this?
So we are cribbage and euchre players. So I'm curious what games you play with your family. Mm-hmm. We play other games too, but euchre and cribbage are probably the favorites.
Euchre is kind of like 500, except less cards and faster.
Yeah. So here's the card we're going to make tonight. We're going to actually make a couple cards and a box because Amy's here. She's going to make things with the Scottie punch. And I am going to make this Thanksgiving looking thank you card. It says grateful inside. Before we get started, we have a couple graphics, Steve.
Okay.
The new catalog is coming out, and I'm so excited. There's beautiful products.
So you want to talk about the product shares?
I want to talk about the product shares.
Yes, we're going to start up the shares.
We are going to start up the shares. So starting December 1st, I actually already started a list of people who want them. But I can do 7 demo shares in December, and then I can do the rest of the shares in January. And we are going on a trip, so I'll order first thing in the morning, I'll expedite it, and you will get your shares right away in January. So even if you're not a demo or you're not one of the first 7 demos to contact me, you'll still get your shares right away in January. So if you're on the call tonight and you've bought product shares from me in the past, would you leave a comment and say if you liked them or what's good about them? Or I would appreciate that because I do sell a lot of product shares and totally appreciate all of you who choose to purchase those from me.
What else would you
and
like?
I like the catalog purple. Do you like the new catalog, Amy? You haven't seen it inside, but the cover.
But I like lavender a lot.
Yes, it is very pretty. And then also, if you don't have a demo and you're not a demo and you want the new catalog, just email me, Beth at stampingmom.com, and I will send you a new catalog out right away after I get them. So I would love to be your demonstrator. So this is the card we're making. Oh, I have one more thing to show you. We love getting mail, don't we, Steve?
Yep.
And this is from Brooke Mingus in Missouri. And I showed this as a gift card holder a couple weeks ago. And Brooke sends out about 100 cards every month. And this was her Thanksgiving card. And it's full of scripture and prayers. And it's so beautiful. So thank you, Brooke. I love it.
I like the accordion fold when it comes out.
Isn't that fun? And she did it on both sides.
You can get a lot of stuff on there.
Yeah, she really did. So thank you so much, Brooke. Okay, so this is a double step card. Some people think they're hard, but this is my very favorite fun fold card. And you know, I love making fun fold cards. My Joy team, we make a new fun fold every single Tuesday night when we
I
meet
think
together.
you've made that fun fold before.
I've made this fun fold a lot, but I'm going to show it to you one more time. I went back and looked. The last video I have from this is from 2 years ago. So we're going to make it again tonight. And the products that I used on this one is the cottage wreath stamp set and the wreath dies. And I just found out both of these are going to carry over. You can still buy these after the mini catalog expires around January 4th. And then for the thanks, it has 2 layers. That's made with the Amazing Thanks dies. This also is carrying over. The Amazing Thanks is in the annual catalog, so it's still current. And then this leaf die is beautiful. And that's what I use to emboss these very vanilla pieces. And this is also carrying over. So the leaf, fall leaf, and the cottage wreath were both super popular. The only other thing I used on this card are these gems. And it's right here on page 83, leaf label and amber gem combo. So you got these leaves, which really look nice, embossed with that leaf fall embossing holder. And then these pretty gems. And the colors on this card, the green is Mossy Meadow. This orange, or what the bow is, that's Mango Melody, Cajun Praise, and Very Vanilla. So I'm going to show you how to do the cutting and scoring for the double step card first. And I'm going to do it white because it's easier to show. So to do the double step card, you need a piece of cardstock that's 5.5 by 8.5 for the card base, which is the typical size. And then we're going to put the left edge of the short side at 1 inch. And then put the scoring blade at 3.25. And if you haven't seen my videos before, I have a 1/4 inch piece of cardstock that I attach inside the arm with mini glue dots. And it makes it a lot easier to do intricate fun folds like this. So I would highly recommend that you do that. So again, I'm putting the cutting blade down at 3.25, and I'm going to cut all the way down to 7.5. And then I'm going to lift it up and scoot it over to 4.5. And I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to start at 3.25. And I'm looking right here in the yellow. And I'm going to go down to 7.5. Now what I'm going to do is turn it so the long side is at the top. And you want the cuts toward the right-hand side and solid toward the left-hand side. So we're going to put the long side left edge at 3.25. And then I'm going to get rid of my cutting blade. We don't want to use that anymore. And we're going to score it down to the 1 inch, which is where I cut earlier. Then scoot the edge over to 6.5. Amy, I don't think you've really done fun folds yet. Are you ready for a double step? 6.5.
I don't know.
And then we're going to move it a third time over to 7.5. So what we're doing is cutting from this cut line off the top of the cardstock. I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing one more time. So put the left edge at 3.25 and go from 1 inch to the top. Go to 6.5. Again, 1 inch, and go to 7.5. 1 inch up to the top. Now we're going to leave it with this long side at the top, and we're going to put the left edge at 4.25. And when you put this left edge at 4.25, we're going to put the scoring blade, and we're going starting at 1 inch, which is the cut line, and going down to 4.5. So we're scoring in between these two cut lines. And that's all there is to it. After you've made a couple, you'll find they're really, really fun and easy. So then what I'm going to do is burnish all the score lines with my bone folder. I'm just going to fold these in place too. And then it fits in a normal envelope that you would normally send an A2 card in. And these bottom pieces line up.
Looks like you gotta kind of make them line up.
Yeah, you have to know what the goal is. So this is the goal. We have two side pieces that are recessed, and the front page, the front part kind of makes a top hat. I've made a St. Patrick's Day top hat before. But for the card I'm making tonight, I did this ahead of time and I made it in Cajun craze. Like I said, it's nice that it fits in a regular envelope. So then I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to do the side pieces first. And I'm going to tell you what those are because I forgot to make slides for those, Steve. So the Mango Melody, you cut two of these. It's 7/8 by 3 1/8.
I'm displaying the slides right now.
Did I put those on the slide?
You did.
Gosh, I hate it when I think I'm wrong, but I'm right. Or I think I'm
No, you were right. But you said you were wrong.
Yeah. I didn't think I had done that. Maybe I didn't do it on Amy's. That's funny. Who knows what I did? We have a very, very busy week. Like all of you in the United States having Thanksgiving this week, we have about 20 people coming for Thanksgiving. A bit more
going on than that.
What else do we have going on, Steve?
We have our second son, Ryan, getting married.
Yes. Amy and Sean just got married 5 months ago. And now Ryan.
And we're still talking about that wedding. It
Yes.
was amazing.
Now Ryan and Brianne are getting married. So there'll be about 5 months between the two weddings. So here's Mossy Meadow. You need 2 of these also. And they're 3/4 of an inch by 3. And they are embossed with that embossing folder I showed you earlier. And what's funny is one of them is missing. So you'll have to use your imagination. They were both here earlier. It's funny how that happens.
Let's go on the hunt. We can find it.
So we need a piece like this. It's not in her file.
Not in that.
No. But these are 3/4 by 3. They might be on my computer because I was busy measuring them and putting them on the screens that I didn't think I put them on.
On your computer?
Oh, on the pull-out desk. It's okay. They can use their imagination. See here on this one, I have the mango, and then I have the leaves on the very vanilla. So here I did it with mango and then Mossy Meadow. And then for the center piece, I'm going to put on the thanks next. The thanks, we'll find it when Amy gets in her card. That green piece will show up. I think in all the years we've done videos, I don't know that I've ever lost a piece permanently, Steve.
Well, I don't think you ever do lose things permanently. It's only a matter of where we end up finding them.
Yeah.
That's the question.
So this thanks is Cajun Craze and Mango. And then I popped these up on little strips. He's determined, Amy. It's okay, Steve. They have grace. So I'm going to pull off all these little strips. Aren't you glad I put the little strips on? Actually, I think Jean put the little strips on for me, to tell you the truth. Jean is my sweet friend on my team that helps me a lot.
Very creative. Wonderful designer.
Yes. Actually, lots of the gals in my team help, which is super sweet. So I'm going to put the thanks down there. And then this is Mossy Meadow, also embossed with the fall leaf embossing holder. Do I have a measurement for that, Steve?
I'm not seeing it.
Okay, so this is just 3 by 3. And I'm going to layer that on top of this mango, which is 3 1/8 by 3 1/8.
Yeah, we got that one.
And then we're going to go ahead and glue that on the center. So last week we told you Amy would be here to announce who left the comment on YouTube that won a card. And they're going to get one of these thanks cards. And Amy, who did you randomly pick?
That would be Marilyn Scorker.
Yay! So Marilyn, from last week's video, just email me, Beth at stampinmom.com, and you won from last week. We asked people to head over to YouTube and leave the comments there instead of on Facebook, and Marilyn did that, and she is the winner. Okay, all of these pieces come out of the cottage wreath dies. So I did 2 layers of wreaths in mango and Cajun craze. We have a little greenery in Mossy Meadow and crumb cake, and then leaves in crumb cake, Cajun craze, and Mossy Meadow. And then the bow is Mango Melody. So we're, instead of using glue, I am going to pop that up. So I'm going to add a couple little dimensionals on there. Amy, do you have any driving up from Texas stories for us, or?
Well, as we pulled into, or we're about 30 minutes from the house in Des Moines, it started to snow. So that was fun. Sean was very much not excited.
That's one of the things that convinced me wanted to move to Texas.
Yes.
Yeah, Sean doesn't like snow or cold. Amy does like snow, but not so much cold. Right?
It's been very cold this time. It was really cold or I guess at New Year's when we were here, but it was colder than I expected it to be this time.
By next weekend, it's going to be in the 50s again.
It's warming.
That sounds
warming up.
like Texas winter.
Yeah, we're kind of all over the map. So these are the amber gems that came with the leaves. I showed you that earlier. And I'm just going to sprinkle a couple of those. And you're using your imagination over here, right? With the green. Oh, am I too far in, Steve?
Yep.
So again, inside, I just put a piece of very vanilla. And this one is 3 inches by 5 1/4. And then the grateful is stamped with Cajun craze. And the leaves are stamped with the Mossy Meadow. And both of those came out of this cottage wreath stamp as well. So that is what I have for you. And Marilyn, you can pick between these. If you pick this one, I promise it will have green on the other
It will be a
side.
complete card.
It will be a complete card. That'll be a bonus. Okay, well, I will clean up my mess and get out of my way because Amy has some Scottie Dog things to show you.
Okay. So I guess we're going to do the card first.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So on the card, it's the same fold as the ball face before, with the same side pieces, just in what was it? The Rich Regals piece here, and then we have the middle piece that was actually a little bit smaller than the ones from before because we have this here that was a little bit higher. So,
And that Merry Christmas, unfortunately, is retired.
okay.
It came out of the word wishes. But I bet a lot of them have it. Don't you think, Amy? Crafters don't get rid of anything, right?
No. All the scraps and all those things. Yeah. Still take it too. Okay, I guess maybe I should put the Scottie Dog on before I do anything else. Okay, so I punched stamped first of all the Scottie Dog on just white paper, but I used the Stamparatus, which I think I showed before the last time I was on, but it's really cool because you can put your paper down and the magnet hold it. And then this part here, the clear part, will hold your stamp in the same place. That way you can keep going back down on it. Because the black was really hard to make that dark without stamping multiple times.
So how many times do you think you stamped it?
I think this was 3.
3. So it looks very nice. It wouldn't have looked so nice if you just stamped it once, do you think?
And I think I did the bow twice with the real red.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So we have a white circle that we used from the Stylish Shapes dies. I used the second largest one to cut that out. And I'm going to attach this. Should I pop it up? I'll pop that.
You know, it's up to you.
I kind of like pop.
It's the artist's choice.
Pop them up. And then down. Pop up.
Yes, that's what Jean always says. You have to pop things up.
So the square is real red DSP.
Yes.
3 3/4.
It came out of this Regal 6x6 designer series paper.
It's actually 3 by 3 1/4.
Yep.
You didn't make it.
Yeah, the Merry Christmas kind of got in the way, didn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. So we're just gonna put that in the middle. Okay. And then I used a dimensional too to pop up a little one to pop up the bow. Since I like we said, planned that pop up.
Yeah.
And
you know, I wonder, do you want to put a little rhinestone on there too, Amy?
sure.
That would look cute on the Scottie Dog. On the bow.
It depends if it's a boy dog or a girl.
You don't think the boy dog has
Rhinestones?
why do you think that, honey?
I wouldn't necessarily bedazzle my boy dog.
Oh, okay.
Well, Sean and I have actually talked about getting Scottie when we get a dog, and we decided, or I decided, I guess, to have 2, and we have Bonnie and Charlie. So this will be Bonnie.
Oh, they already have names. Bonnie and Charlie. So that would be Bonnie, you said?
Yeah, this will be Bonnie.
How cute is that? Bonnie is darling, Amy.
Maybe the Fudge box one could be Charlie. Okay, and then this I'm just going to glue on back to the card.
So these double step cards, anytime any square thing looks really good on it. And I don't know if I told you, but the reason we bought the Scottie Dog, can you see this? Where do I put it to see it? I'm over here. This is what Tony Shaw sent Steve for his birthday. And he liked it so much. He's like, why don't we own that yet? So Tony, you enabled us.
So my brother Mike and his wife Beth have had Scottie dogs, and they are amazing little animals. What always surprises me is how confident and self-assured those little dogs are. They don't think they're little dogs, and they're pretty sure they're in charge. So
look how cute that is, Amy. Do you want to hold it up to the camera? It is very cute. Very, very cute. So while we were doing that, Steve has opened his fudge factory. And so Amy decided to make a fudge box too. And the boxes are retired, but I bet some of you already still have them.
You know what? I forgot to add a piece, but that's okay because I like
It's okay.
it turned out.
Yeah, it looks cute like that.
Okay. So, this is a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 square, and that is in Gingham Cottage DSP. And then this is what I forgot for the last one, but we're just going to put this. It's the black dots is perfectly penciled, and it is 1 inch by 3 1/4. So we're just put that on to go right in the middle.
I like how you do the glue, Amy. I smear glue all over the place, and Amy very delicately puts it on.
I scrapbooked in the past, and I used to use too much glue, so learned my lesson. So let's just put it right in the middle.
And that looks awesome.
And then we are going to pop this up.
So for all of you watching, we are doing Prize Patrol again tonight. And leave your comments on YouTube. Sorry, I'm talking up there at Amy's camera. leave your comments on YouTube, and we will draw a week from now and let you know who won. So we really appreciate it when you can watch on YouTube. And if you go over to YouTube and you can't find us, look in the live videos. It's just Stamping Mom on YouTube. So this is Charlie Dog.
Yes, this one will be Charlie. And so for this one, I actually messed up, but we decided to leave it. We didn't use the punch for this one. I stamped it onto a circle that was cut the same way as on the card with the what was it? The stylish shapes. And then I did pop the bow up on that one. So, and I used the stamping apparatus again to get it that dark. I guess I did use the stamp for the bow since it's cut out and popped up. But okay, so we're gonna put that on the fudge box.
I kind of like it that you stamped it because they're no different.
Yeah, they both look good though. So do you like Steve's fudge? That's really the question, isn't it, Steve?
You know, I made the first batch, and usually the first batch is a real crapshoot. You never know if it's going to. I think it turned out. I think my taste tester,
now,
the
did
quality
you make
control
it
people,
or did Amy make it?
Well, we made it together. She was stirring for a little while I had to go grab other things. But I have to tell you, it's much easier to do when there's another person to help you do it.
Yeah.
But I think this batch actually turned out, which is kind of unusual for a first batch of the year.
So I'm going to put that on the top of the box here. And I already folded it. It was actually really easy to fold. So all you had to do is just fold along the score lines. It kind of pre-folds it. And that way it's easier to put together if you've already folded it on those lines.
So for our Thanksgiving, Steve always makes fudge, and we give all our guests fudge. So guess who made the fudge boxes for all our guests? Amy made 8 more fudge boxes tonight, didn't you?
Yes.
Which we super appreciate.
Yep. So,
and our guests will like it too.
How many guests are we going to end up having total?
Around 20. Around 20. So we give 1 fudge box per couple. So we'll have to see. My sister with her 2 little boys, they may want more than 1. And you don't have a piece of fudge to put in there, but I do cut the fudge specifically to fit in the fudge boxes. And I know last year you gave away some fudge. I think Bridget won some fudge.
Yeah.
A couple other people.
So if people keep watching, then maybe, just maybe, we'll start to give away fudge for Prize Patrol.
Look how cute those are. Who loves Amy's card and fudge box?
I really like the Scottie Dog punches. They remind me of the things that I had when I was a kid that had Scottie Dogs on them. They were plaid and, like our church dresses. I don't know why they use Scottie Dogs a lot, but I always liked having those. So
yeah, they're very
cute.
Super cute. So she did all this with the Christmas Scottie bundle. And this is only good until the end of the year, or maybe January 4th, and then it'll be retired. So you need to get that while you can.
You know what else you can do at Christmas? You can watch Amy's Christmas Eve cake making video on Instagram.
Do you have her Instagram handle?
I do. And I can't wait.
Now, to be clear, it's not an instructional video. Some parts of it are what not to do. But yeah, it's just fun to make something and put it on Instagram and people comment. And I actually did it 1 year, 5 years ago, and I had no plans to do it again. But then people at work were like, "Oh, are you gonna do your video again?" And I was like, "Oh, I can if you want me to." And then I had people tell me last year, like, "Oh, we look forward to this every year." I had one of my coworkers ask me last week actually if I was going to do it again. She's very excited when I told her. Yes, I am doing it.
So it's a secret what kind of cake you're going to make, right?
Yes, it remains a secret until I do the video.
So you have to tune in to see. Now, is there any particular time that it's going to start on Christmas Eve?
Honestly, I'm probably going to have to get up at 6. It looks like it's going to be pretty involved, and there's going to be some chilling in the cake in the refrigerator for a while. So it's probably going to be pretty early video, but it usually ends up taking all day. The first time it did, I was very impressed with myself. I was able to do it in about 4 hours, but the last few times I've had to leave and go to church and then finish at my parents' house. We'll see.
And next year you'll make the cake at our house, right?
I will.
That's the plan anyway.
Yes. We'll have some. My mom told me that she was going to help this year. She could be my assistant.
Oh, that's fun. So I was going to show you this too. This birthday box was on my blog a couple days ago, stampinmom.com. And if you don't have any of the retired boxes from Stampin' Up, you could make this box and have this be your fudge box. And the size on the front is about the same. So you could put Scottie Dogs or whatever else you wanted to decorate on here. So what do you think?
I think
Is there
this was
anything
a
else
lot
you
of
wanted
fun.
to say, Amy?
I don't think so.
Well, we sure are glad you're here for Thanksgiving week and excited for our wedding weekend. And it's going to be a great week.
Lots of festivities.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, thanks everybody for watching. Remember, head over to YouTube and leave a comment on the video and we'll announce the winner a week from tonight. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.